Hello and welcome to NoMansSky, everybody. ElanPaul here with your weekend anomaly mission for the weekend of April 25th through the 27th, 2025. Yeah, little things different today. We got the camera turned on. Thought I'd do it a little more personally this time around and, you know, just be on the camera in case we really wanted to emphasize certain things. So we're going to be doing the Anomaly mission, so I'm going to go ahead and get started today with my main playthrough that I've been using for quite a while now. And I'm hoping that everybody is doing well this weekend and that you have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful Friday, as well as the weekend, of course. Hope everybody is doing good. So I have no idea what the Anomaly mission is. It's just a little bit past time for it to be due. And yes, there it is. Good. It's over there on the screen. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now, I've been playing a different game for a little while now, and my mouse sensitivity on that game is a little bit less, so you may see me whip around by accident. Not intending to do so. I really need to align them properly, because that could cause a problem. So it looks like we're going to be collecting activated emerald. Okay, so I don't know exactly what it's going to be going for. So this is one of those unusual ones. Why? Because basically what you have it here is I've got some cobalt, right? Let me move that over to my starship for a moment. You'll see that I don't really keep inline. I don't keep a lot of the activated minerals and stuff like that. I do keep methane. I do keep some crystallized helium and of course lithium. Quartzite is in here someplace, I think. Yeah, it's up here, the activated and the regular. The problem is I don't know what's going to happen. It wants activated emerald, but you know what? We know that every single time you appear, it's going to show you that, hey, you've already got this mineral, and in this time it's going to be cobalt instead. Sigh. So what I try to do is I try to eliminate those metals in my starship if I can. Or I take a different starship that doesn't have the minerals in it. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to go to my exosuit, and I am going to move all these over to my starship in the hopes that it doesn't want any of these. I think that's all of them, right? Yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully not chromatic metal, because that's just ridiculous, let's be honest. Alright, so I think I got all the minerals over there. So we're using this starship right now, and it has all the minerals in it that we're talking about. Did I get the... Hold on. Got salt, base salt, depending on how you want to say it. A lot of birds outside, and they're all going nuts right now. I think they're chasing away other birds. Okay, I think we've got it. So let me go ahead and we're going to change our starship. Let's go with the Iron Vulture, because I'm pretty sure my Iron Vulture doesn't have any of those metals on there. No, it does not. Okay, so we'll go with the Iron Vulture this time. Alright, so it claims that it wants activated indium. Didn't it just say emerald just a couple moments ago? I'm pretty sure it did. Anyway. 1800 quicksilver as usual, and you get, in my case, a second option here. That second item we're going to get is Hypnotic Eyes ×5. So let's go ahead and select it, initialize the mission, and start. Okay, let's see what happens, because see, I told you I was going to be whipping around all over the place. Special combustion, it says, huh? Let's see. No, it's not going to tell me again. Alright, so let me go ahead in. Let's check real quick. No, it just says target planet to get the item requested. So let's see what happens when we get into the system that we're going to. This is really, really odd. And I don't know why they haven't, if they haven't fixed the issue, or it's constantly a rotating RNG on this. So, okay, here we go. Good old Stu. I think Stu works for them, I'll be honest. Activated indium, so it's staying on the indium. So maybe exiting and going back in will give you what you're looking for. So there's our activated indium deposit. Excellent. Now, because it's activated, it does mean that the planet is going to have severe storms, so just keep that in mind, guys. I'll lower my volume just a touch, too. So activated indium, bad storms, high sentinel activity, so it's not aggressive. That's a good thing. so they shouldn't be attacking us on sight. I need quite a bit. I need over 900, I think it said. Hopefully that doesn't change. We'll see what happens here. That's probably going to take at least 2 deposits to get all that. And it looks like we may already have a storm going on right now. And it just says target planet is reached. So we don't have to go to any specific spot on the planet. You can land anywhere you want and look for that spot. Like, for instance, you could slam into the ground like I just did. Alright. Now this particular ship does have the ability to hover, like the Sentinel ships, okay? So just something to keep in mind that I have that ability. If you have a Sentinel ship, you'd be in better shape to do so. Now let me do a quick scan. I want to see if there's any landing facilities. There's one over there. How far away are you? Because it's impossible to see in this storm. Okay. Alright. We don't know what it is, but it at least will be a spot. Doesn't even have to have a landing pad. It's probably just a beacon. Been a lot of beacons lately. You all know what I'm talking about. This looks like a little campsite. Alright. Oh, trade ball. Okay, good. And I landed literally right in the middle of the trade ball. That's okay. You know what we'll do? I'll just do that. There we go. So now the trade ball is activated. Is open. Now, obviously, cold planet. Negative 180, 190 during the storms, so keep that in mind. You want to have the protection you need. Now, it's pointing out where all the deposits are going to be located. We got one about 118 away. Fantastic. And let me see. 500, 300, 900. Okay, so we got a few right near us. Let's see. Laser. Hijack laser on the Sentinel. Oh, yeah. Gotta love that. I do have a new Sentinel multi-tool, by the way. 4 square spot right here. So really, really nice. It puts out a lot of damage. I'm trying it out on the Bulkcaster. Even the Bulkcaster is getting 50,000 damage out of it. Absolutely phenomenal. This thing, no, actually, it's not getting 50,000. With this uninstalled, it's probably pushing about 35 to 38. This still gets more damage without being in the supercharged slots. Unbelievable. Just to show you that real quick, guys. So this, here, let me show you something in regards to this. I'm going to keep doing this. It's a little bit of ADHD. But when you have it in your supercharged slots, this is how it reacts, okay? Just to give you an idea. And you can watch the reload. Did you see it, or did you blink? Exactly. The reload on this is phenomenal. So reload on this and the incredible damage output is fantastic. And I have it set up to put out the most damage. In case you're wondering about this setup and why I don't have it like in a special, trust me, major damage output. This guy does not go in a supercharged slot. Watch what happens with the damage output on this. 144,000 damage. I could probably go higher once I get some better ones. I do have some that are just about at peak. We're getting close to that, so I'm hoping that that will work out. Anyway, where's our first deposit? Should be right there, 97. So I'm going to move over to the terrain manipulator. There we go. There it is. And we're going to go on the smallest setting. So how much do we got to get? 926. So we're probably going to end up with a couple of hundred out of this one, like 300 or 400, I guess. Maybe. I don't know if the deposit goes down deeper underground or not, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like it's going to be a mild one. Kind of a low-end activated indium. Remember one time back in the day, the activated indium was the best metal to get. Finding a deposit, not like this, but actually mining it, setting up extractors, mining extractors, and finding an S-class deposit was phenomenal. The amount of money you could make was in the billions. Easily with this particular metal. Not anymore. They've nerfed it so horribly that activated indium now is worth, how much is it? 165 units each. It used to be worth thousands each at one time. But it is what it is. So mining for money wasn't in the cards anymore. Chlorine was also worth quite a bit. Maybe not as much, but let me just make sure I got that all mined out over there. It looks like I have. Alright, so we got everything we need out of here. We are up to 238. I didn't even have to do that. Where's our next closest deposit? 322. I think that's our next closest. Yeah, let's go to that one. And that's it here. Fortunately, it looks like the animals are not aggressive. The only bad part is the weather. And there's a possibility the weather, if it kicks in, could have really bad storms associated with it, as far as like lightning storms, tornadoes, things like that. So, here's our next deposit. So we'll see how this blizzard does for us here. I can't quite make out where the deposit is and where the landscape starts, unfortunately. I think this is activated indium. It is. Alright, let's get the top layer out of the way. So we'll watch for localized special weather patterns to start emerging here. Now, I didn't notice if there were any storm crystals here. Usually when the storm peaks, once it gets over 180 here, it should peak, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, we're at 184. We're at the peak of the storm. Let's see what happens here. This is a pretty good deposit, though. Oh, I've depleted my terrain manipulator. Okay, so the storm started over again. That's interesting. It actually dropped to 133. It's going to go back up again. That's really strange. Let's see what happens. I'm very curious. Odd storm, wouldn't you say? This is a pretty good deposit here. Okay, it is an actual storm. It's actually ramping back up again. Almost like the storm decided to start over and reset. Yeah, I know. We'll reset that in just a moment. What are we up to? 700. Now, I've been on planets where there were bad storms and it get to 200 below, 300 below, 400 below. So I don't know what's going on here. Let's see here real quick. There's a spot right there I missed. Spot right there I missed. It's always a spot right where your feet are located at. So unless you move around, you'll miss it. Alright, I think we got it all. Alright, where are we up to? 737. We'll need one more deposit. Let's go ahead and recharge our thermal deposit. Okay, let me see. Thermal deposit. That was pretty good. Is that even a word? Alright, that's 509. There was one a little bit closer. There it is, right there. And look what we got there, by the way. It looks like we do have storm crystals here. So if you're short on storm crystals, by all means, grab a few. And I haven't seen any other bad parts to the storm. We'll see what happens here shortly. Oop, here we go. Also pretty good deposits, so we only got about 200 to go, not even. And by all means, gather extra activated indium, because it does come in handy down the road. It has a really good refining ratio into chromatic metal. Always good to have some extra on hand. I always keep, as you saw on my other starship, thousands on hand, in case I need extra for some reason or another. Okay, got about 50 to go. There we go. Should just be there. Good deal. It's resetting again. I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's the problem with this particular planet, is that it doesn't know when to have a storm or not. I'm going to clear out the rest of the deposit by going into a medium setting. and just get some extra out of it, because I don't like it to leave a deposit, you know, not depleted, if you will. Alright, I think we got it. My favorite saying, where's my ship? We all know that. So when we go to deposit this, this is most likely going to be deposited in a trading post. One of the ones that have the big landing pads. I have about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 landing locations. I could have pulled my ship to me, but I'm just going to head to the ship at this point. Didn't quite get the jump on that I needed. There we go. There's my ship. On our way. How far away are you? 25 minutes, 24 minutes? No, I don't think we're going to be taking that long in this episode. So this is like a planet of perpetual... Oh, you want to fight me, do you? See, that's what happens here. You're going to get some pirates. Okay, for some reason I can't turn all of a sudden. Alright, got a positron ejector on this one, huh? I've never upgraded this ship, basically. So that's how the positron ejector works. It's like a shotgun on your ship. It's a little bit hard on the shields. It takes a little bit to get through the shields, but once you get through the shields, you're done. A couple shots after that, it's all finished. Okay, good deal. Let's head to our location. I could have put more energy towards the weapons. I forgot about doing that. That's probably not a bad idea. We'll have to think about that in the future. How far out are we? 20 seconds. Let's stay up in the upper atmosphere. We'll get there just a little bit quicker. As you can see, our speed is top left at 3,000. It's a little bit quicker than getting into the atmosphere and doing 300. Okay. And then let's dive bomb. If only that were a thing we could do. Now, is this an approximate location? Yeah, it is. Alright, so once we get through the clouds and we slam into the ground like I usually do, we're going to have to do a scan. Hope that's it. Yep, that's it. Can't see a blessed thing, but it's here. Wow, it won't even give me a landing pad. Okay, we got a little stuck there. Let's try this again. There we go. We got it to recognize us. I'm assuming that landing pad that we were aiming at, yeah, see, there was a ship coming in. That's why we couldn't get it. That's what happens. And look at that. It's suddenly gone. Ooh, we got a nice solar ship up there. C-class. Oh, there's another one. Are we in a pirate system then? I just whipped myself around like crazy. This could be a pirate system. And we'll see. We'll see. Black market terminal. Delivery lockbox prepared. Pardon me. Accessing. This must be Polo's secure lockbox. I should deposit the item and register my delivery. So see, now it's only asked for $750. So the extra you got is even more of a bonus now. Delivery processing, success, done. So the 926 you got, I got an extra 400 out of it. So that's kind of nice. So, best way to go. I am just whipping all around all over the place here. So that's a different type of solar ship. My guess is that this is a black market system. This is a pirate system. Usually you don't see 2 solar ships, or 3 as the case may be. There's another one. Yeah, very nice. It's a blue one. So yeah, we definitely got a solar system here. There's another one. I gotta check them out, I'm sorry. And it's a B-class one. But only 4 million? That's weird. It's very strange. All right. Off we go. And we're done with our run through. All right, guys. Just because I want to check, I want to take a look at the space station real quick, and then we'll pull in the anomaly real quick. Yeah, there you go. I don't even have to look at it now. It says Outlaw Station. So there you go. Let's pull in our space anomaly. There we go. And we'll go collect our reward. Alright. Really nothing to it, right? Just collecting some items, getting out of there. Now, the pirate battle is going to be a bit much, so make sure you have a pretty decent weapon on your ship and that you can fight them off pretty well. So, those of you who have Radiant Pillars, the starter ship, C-Class, great little fighter. If you upgrade the baloney out of it, that is. Oh, Tier 1 just got reached in the community research. But unless you've upgraded it, it may be a little bit of a tough battle, even though there's only 2 pirates. In my case, there were 2. So, okay, here we go. Turn it in, complete our mission. 1800 Quicksilver is ours, as well as the 5 Hypnotic Eyes, and usually a little something else to go with it. No? Not this time. Okay, good. So, let's talk about the community research in number 1. So that's what this is. We've reached Tier 1, has been completed, so we get the Plumage Palm. So that is, it's basically, as it says, an organic decoration. It's a decoration for your base that you have. Whether it be your freighter, or whether it is a planet-side base, that's what you're getting. I'm going to go ahead and take it. You also get, next, on Tier 2, with 20% in, you get the Nodding Plumage Palm, followed by the Forked Plumage Palm. I'm looking forward to the Nodding one. And then once all 3 tiers are complete, we go to something else. Now, here's the thing. It took us about a week or so to get to this point. We've got a little over 2 weeks left to the expedition, guys. 2 weeks. That means that we're probably going to complete these all out, and we're going to start something new. Here's your expedition terminal. Don't forget to do your expedition here. You can either do it from your main save, or you can start a completely new game in the expedition itself. It seems to be a pretty straightforward expedition. It's a lot of fun. Spoiler alert for those who want to get it done. The fishing, the best part is to try to fish for the B-class night fish. So go to the night side of any planet, go to water that's at least, I recommend 50 units deep or deeper, and fish from there at night. You can use a shadow lure. It actually does increase the chances of catching a nighttime fish only, and the B-class one is the easiest one to catch. Usually you'll catch it within about 1 to 5 casts. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, most of the time not. So that's what I would recommend doing. Any planet that has water, even if you have to dig a hole that's 50 units deep and fish over the top of that hole, do it that way. And that is a lot faster way of getting the whispering bonefish, as it's called. Getting that S-class fish is tough. You have to be on a toxic planet to do it, and yeah, it could be really rough to try to get that one. So that's the easiest way to go about doing it. So hopefully that helps you out in the long run. So that is the community expedition, as well as the Nexus mission for the weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Where's my ship? As usual, I say the same thing. I'm going to pull my other ship back in. I'm not trying to get my freighter. Let's see. There you go. That ship. I've got a couple other ships that I'm looking at. I haven't quite decided whether I'm going to keep them or not, but we'll see. I've got a lot in storage right now. But this is my main ship, as you all know. So let me jump in and out. That gives me a save point. If you want to go back to the system you went back in, you just jump in your ship and leave. If you wanted to stay in the system, you want to do that at the Nexus as you're closing out your mission. It'll ask you whether you want to stay in the station or not. I forgot to show you that. Sorry about that. So anyway, here we go. Hopefully you watch this before you do your own mission. And I'm going to head back to my original system, which I'm doing a search for the Colossal Effigy. I'm looking for one of the big golems that you find on one of those relic planets. I'm searching a planet to my everlasting... It is so frustrating trying to find one. But I've seen one. I've gone to another planet and saw where somebody found one, and I've looked at it and realized, okay, this is what I need to look for. But this is my system that I'm looking at here. I haven't even been on this gas giant at all. Nothing special. Standard gas giant. But this particular planet over here, I even put a question mark. Is it an effigy or not? I guess we'll find out. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys here. I want to thank you all for watching and ask that you please hit the like button please hit the subscribe button. If you got questions or comments, drop them down below in the comment section. You know I always answer your comments. At least I'll hit a like, and I'll give you a little bit of a heart for it. But at the same time, if it really is a question or something that's going to help us all out as a team, I'll either pin your comment or I'll respond to it with whatever answer you're looking for. Thanks, guys. Again, we'll ask you to take care. And I'd be waving at you right now, but I'm not on a planet's surface, so I will wave in person. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.